New Horizon is still fantastic. Guardian Shield still is decent. Crown of Seeds. Crown of Seeds is still banned though, isn't it? Right, because it'd be too insane. Let's reread what Crown of Seeds does. Once per turn, put a face down card from your arsenal on your deck, draw a card, and prevent the next one damage that would be dealt. Doesn't seem like that's too impactful. Need to keep like a list somewhere. All the banned cards from each set. I mean, yes, I know. I know I can just go to the website and find one. I mean, like, whenever I open boxes, so I can just go, Tails, what's banned? What do I not really care about? There's also a chance for us to re-look through some of the cards. So I guess what we'll end up doing is I will keep the valid cards. Right? So ice can go away. Well, actually, I don't want to sort this many cards. We'll just look through a few, right? See how they're going to feel with reprints. So again, Lightning Surge is being a nice aggressive card. But we have, you know, a lot of other cards that if in the arsenal. They're a bit bright. I think it's fine. Gains go again, so that's not insane. Anything with Fuse, right? Again, just being able to reveal from your hand. Especially, again, remember these are single element focus, meaning your deck, your chance of hitting cards for fusing is way up there. So when it comes to Lightning, I do think that's going to be kind of crazy. Figure 8s, next attack you Fuse, get +2. If they don't bring back Fuse, those type of effects might not be that valid. Turn Timber, Fulminate, right? So this was one of the ones we were looking at. If it was fused with an Earth card, this gains +3. No, attack action cards you control gain +3 this turn, right? So that's pretty strong. Again, without the sort of benefit, though, from Lightning and the Go Again. I don't know if that sees that much use in Runeblade, though Runeblade has other ways to, you know, garner Go Again. If Fulminate was fused with a Lightning card, all action cards you control gain Go Again. So that probably will see play, see use. Don't care about Ice at all. Ragamuffins. And then we go to the back. Yeah, alright. I think we'll just go in on the rare cards. Autumn's Touch, big earth cards. Icequake, not useful. Embolden, not useful. Boya, not useful. Let's see again, yeah. How they stack up. With what's to come. As we don't really get anything super fantastic. If Evergreen's played from the arsenal, put it on the bottom of your deck when the combat chain closes. So with Decompose, that sort of reuse effect is sort of out the window. There has definitely been some sense of, you know, design change. Inspire Lightning. If Inspire Lightning's fused, deal 2 arcane damage to target hero. I mean, we'll probably just see stronger cards. I don't think the foundation card is necessary anymore. I do think it's either the rares and majestics or just a lot from the new set with the core cards of each class. Sigil, Open Old, put aside, but it's not useful because it's Guardian. Turn Timber, just extra block. Anything else of interest? Alright, Explosive Growth, Earth Fusion. If it was fused when this would deal damage, attacks you control, gain +1 this combat chain. Whenever it deals damage, attacks you control. When you attack with it, deal 1 arcane damage. Probably. Seems sort of useful. And Weave Earth, next Earth or Elemental attack action card you play this turn gets +3 if it's fused instead. Yeah, same as that as well. I mean, I could see them trying to focus solely on the specific cards rather than Elemental. Because again, it was managing, you know, 3 or 4 sets of cards, right? You had single class cards, you had Elemental, you had the actual element cards, then you had fuse cards, then you also had the specific Elemental class cards, right? God, yeah. Tails was a big mouthful. Rejuvenate, some gain life. If you fuse this turn, you may play it as an instant. Or Ice. Rites of Lightning. When you attack, if it was fused, deal 1 arcane damage to the target. If you've dealt arcane damage, you may gains go again. Yeah, so obviously, all the Runeblade stuff is worth taking a look at. There is no wizard, right? All we have is ice. I don't know if we got any stock standard elemental ice cards, did we? I'm actually curious about that. Or if it was all ice. Did I do elemental wizard? Okay, we did. But obviously ice fusion doesn't matter. So, by and large, none of these really matter. Unless they have super strong effects. No, because they're all, you must fuse. Were they still you may? No, they are still you may. Ah, so that means some of these could be run. Do any of them have crazy effects without the fusion? No, not really. I mean, you guys can't really see. Sorry. Yeah, definitely. Elemental is just a big thing. Either way, it will have some tendril with tails, which will lead to it being busted. Or just, again, the class combos. Because Lightning, keep saying it, Lightning Wizard is basically just circumventing Wizard's need for instant. And Lightning is meant to shore up all the go again. So how can that not be broken? And then not to mention just Arcane in general, forcing people to take lesser equipment, so that they have Arcane Barrier, or enough Arcane Barrier. What was Bramble? Earth Fusion, next action card you play this turn, did we already read this? I feel like we already read that. Oh well. Mystic did seem kind of crazy, and obviously we have KO at the moment. We have Azalea with just a plethora of debilitating arrows as well, so... It seems like we are going through a power creep stage. As long as, you know, each set tops the next. It might not be overall healthy, but it will be fun. So we got Plume of Evergrowth. Pay 3, turn target Earth card or instant. Or Earth instant, that could be good. From graveyard to your hand. Again, with Decompose, you're sort of getting rid of them. I don't know, again, how useful that will be. I don't think it's ever useful in all honesty. The common armor set will be the tell. Because if that's just where they're sticking, you know, some semblance of arcane prevention, then I'm worried. Again, I want the expansion slot to basically be equipment for every single hero that has arcane barrier, but then also a really strong effect. Similar to Skullcap and... Is it Skullcap? The two brute ones, right? Thunder Flash was fused. You may play your next no attack action card this turn as though it were instant. So that's another thing that we didn't actually home in on, right? All of them are just elemental. So that means that whether or not you actually want the fuse mechanic, there are so many cards that LSS has had to consider and think about. Because there are some cards that might just be decent with their singular effect. Because again, that was the big issue, is they just use the elemental tag. Looking at the cards that we did get. Where are they? So we have Earth Runeblade, Earth Wizard, and Earth Action, right? That's a correct step. So they're not just blanket elemental. And surely that means the majority of cards will have to be as well. Now, we haven't really found anything decent yet. Awakening. Yeah. Don't worry about that. Would have been a good card way back when. Force of Nature. There we go. So it's still a Bright spec. Hopefully, though, they continue to push Living Legend. I think it's valid to sort of push it over Blitz. But yeah. You add everything that's coming with everything that what was, and that's pretty insane to think about. Briar, Lexi, any lightning cards that Lexi can feast on is gonna be nuts. New set kind of made me sad. I don't know. I wanted some semblance of Tails because it's so needed. But, yeah, I don't know if there was ever a thought in my head about how to actually do it properly. And it will just be a mixed bag. Either they've gone overly conservative, which doesn't look like they have, or things will just be broken again. I feel like maybe Fused should just be gotten rid of. But maybe it is. But then again, you still have the lingering impact where, you know, you can still take all these Fuse cards. Then out of curiosity, Joshua, what set were you hoping for? Because in my head, the Arcane set would have been... Lightning Press is a big one, though, isn't it? One or less, no. In my head, the Arcane set would have just been Wizard, Runeblade, Dromai, in some sense. No specs or anything like that. Flicker-Wisp. Flicker-Wisp was fused at the end of turn, active perfection cards that deal arcane damage, instead deal that much damage plus 1. Deal 1 arcane to 1. I remember this being a horrible card to pull, right? Because it was just so cheap, and I have so many copies somewhere. Maybe it spikes. I like the art. I like nature and its aesthetic. I'm curious to see where they go with lore-wise, with the pseudo-necromancer that everyone has wanted, right? By way of, what's her name? Florian and her decomposedness. They could eventually spin her into a necromancer, where she's gone sick of decomposing Earth, and now she wants to decompose people. Something like that. Arcane set definitely has potential to be better, but then they gave us this. I think it was kind of a misstep to combine the two, because it is bait and switch, and one way or the other, you got to give it to LSS and their ability to buzz and hint at things, but then also still lead you astray. I do think this is it, right? This is Tails, this is the Arcane all set, right? Full stop. We're not getting a different Arcane set, we're not getting a different Tails set. So in that sense, to me, it is kind of a little disappointing. You know, every thought in my head was about these two big releases to come, when we finally revisit Tails and normal Arcane set. I mean, Decompose could definitely be a thought of how to run Necromancer. You have to banish specific cards plus one other catalyst item, what it seems like, because it's Earth plus one action card. Exposed to the elements, still Earth, so what to do with Earth? Put -1 counter on target equipment. That's not that great. And nada. So the first box, just a Plume of Evergrowth. Oh well. One way or the other, we should get a legendary at some point. I do want Shock Charmers to maintain, but I think they're a gorgeous piece, right? It's the only time where we've gotten equipment other than foot equipment that's really beautiful. Visually, color-wise. It's even more disappointing when World Premiere I'm going to and I play none of these classes. Still, you gotta at least give it a go, right? I would, in all honesty, the singular purpose of trading up is just play the sealed, get your 8 packs, hopefully crack Majestics, crack something, and then just wait as people clamor to them. Because, you know, they have to wait 3 weeks. I think their release cycle is starting to annoy me. Because they're banking on cards being absolutely ridiculously priced at launch. which is not a great fundamental way to sort of build their economic system. I just snagged a case of Aria Unlimited for 150 off eBay to celebrate. That's fantastic. What would that be? In Australia, like 50 bucks? No, it'd be less than 50 bucks a case. Might be slightly more. 60 bucks a case? Either way, yeah, that's phenomenal. Like half price. I refused to touch Runeblade again since I play Chain. Just because I had everything for him, but was so miserable. About to quit Fab. Going to sell everything I can get, lol. Yeah. See, and that is such a shitty way, right? In all honesty, to run your welcome events. It's like fabricated hype. Because it's not people actually wanting the product. It is scalping. To some extent. It's people wanting the product to open, to sell. Done. Right? And then eventually, when they want to enjoy the set properly, they'll wait for the market to cool. I finally heard someone else say it, Andrew, because you keep saying it, and I'm going to keep saying visit. God. Which way was the wrong way? Vizari. There we go. I'm going to keep saying Vizari. End of story. Alright, Tome of Harvest. Additional costs, put a card from your arsenal above your deck, draw 3. Go again. Fantastic draw. I'm definitely going to try and do something crazy with auras for the Earth Rune Blade. Because I think next to Mystic, the Earth is some of the greatest draw as well. Which is definitely combo shenanigans. I say Viz. That would probably help it if I just, did the first syllable. I can't go wrong with the first syllable of every class. Nada. There's not that many great Majestics to this either. We're not really getting anything. It's just the channel cards. I assume Tome is going to go up. And then just Ranger stuff as well. Yeah, just a bunch of R's. I mean, the tickets were the same as the... What's still the cooling event that was already going to be ran. No, it's not a new event, right? God. Really? No, but it's been going up for a little... Nope. That is all today. 6th. Wow, if you have a bunch of Tome of Harvest, they just doubled, basically. That's insane. Yeah, so a lot of cards are going to get that treatment. I would probably move old stuff. Right, I should go through my tales and saying that. Within this week. Then wait for the actual release. 4 hours from Tampa, so I'm 100% going. I think it's just calling. Do I still have the thing open? Well, it probably says on the page, no? There's a calling and a battle hardened and the world premiere. So if you play in all 3, you get a box worth of packs, right? That's my understanding. Also, I'm sorry, I'm too high up again. There's that little box, right? So you can get a box worth of packs if you play in all 3 days. And then, sell them then and there. Is there any place at the Tampa Bay Convention Center? No links to tickets or anything, because usually they have the world premiere go with it. I guess because it's in the US, they're not too big on, or they don't have to do that extra legwork like they have with the other ones. That fill you in on how to get there. If you make it to day 2. Yeah. But that just potential, right? To get so many packs. Again, you get to enjoy the decks. But there will be a number of people who just do the first event, right? Because it is open entry. Yeah, it's a world premiere, it's open entry. Who will just do the event, get their packs, complete. And then sell the cards. And again, just like Misfail, you will have them going for absolutely ridiculous prices. Ice Storm has both. If Ice Storm was fused, oh, it's an arrow. Mind. So I don't know how I feel about that aspect of the game going forward. Heaven's Claw. Still no Cold Foil. Hopefully it's not at the back and I keep missing it. But I don't think it is. I think it's always that slot. Me? No. I'm in Oz. I'm in Oz and I'm in Raw Oz. I go to 0 events, unfortunately. Because there is no store that carries it around me anymore. Thing of Sorcery. Attack extra cards you control gain when this attacks, deal 1 arcane damage at the beginning of your end turn, destroys it. Yeah, so that already sees play. Continue to see play, most likely. Even if it was in Sydney, I still wouldn't go, because that's, well, plane ride isn't horrible, but Sydney is expensive as, Cold War 2. Well, of course it's Cold War, God, this is first edition. And brain rot from opening random sets. I'm just going to do that while I talk. So even if it was in Sydney, I still probably wouldn't go, unfortunately. I'm going to put down. Yeah, what was I saying? Even if it was in Sydney, I wouldn't go to the event because it's still either expensive as plane ride, right? Because we just canned another airline because we're fantastic. We refuse to accept foreign aid, but at the same time, if you're not the big airline, our government's not going to do anything for you. So the cheapest airline just got canned. The cheapest airline that flies near me as well just got canned. Again, I'm rural. So I'd have to drive to Brisbane, which is already a 2-hour drive with no traffic. Then fly to Sydney, then stay in Sydney. And again, hypothetical, it's not in Sydney. But even if it was in Sydney, it still wouldn't be worth it to me. Alright, we got the pretty. We got the Cold Foil. Koshem. I call it Crossroads. I'm horrible with phonetics. Yeah. Half of Tails is still useless. Nothing for Lexi, right? Nothing for Ice, nothing for Guardian. But they managed to still make all the big stuff worth it. Right, so I mean the case in point, Tome of Harvest, which I already have a lot of anyway. Kind of seeds. Tome of Harvest has doubled since the trailer. Right? I don't know how far on the screen we can see. Up here, right? So, oh, that sucks. What you can't see is all the sales before here that were $2, $1, $5, and it's now, going for $7 to $10. There is definitely stuff you want to hit in Tails. I mean, Spellbound Creepers, we got last time, is definitely one of those cards. Shock Charmers, with the simple fact that they've mentioned it being reprinted for Japan. Fantastic owl. I think all the owls are kind of decent, except obviously Heart and Crown, because I think Crown was banned. I can't remember. There's definitely stuff you still want, but yeah. Its actual connection to Tails is hardly any. So you're not wrong about that. Leaves. But, I mean, the fact that we open the Fable probably makes this worthwhile. More or less. One nice little pretty Crossroads. You know what I'd love to see? If the Fable was... What's her name? I've already forgotten. Like, rotting the tree. Wouldn't that be cool? Thematically as well. With just her as the Fable, with the tree behind her. Instead of burning, just rotting. That'd be kind of interesting. So you guys probably have no idea what I'm talking about since the chat has stopped functioning. Shall come back. Broken old, redundant. But what I would expect them to do, in all honesty, just to be a bit more flavorful, the Armory deck coming out right when this happens. I don't expect it to be Chain anymore. There was the little nod in the posts about what's her name, Aurora. That's actually an easy one to remember. Having a bit more of a player start role, right? So I either see her being part of the first strike decks coming in August, or her being part of the Armory deck coming in August, right? Armory deck 3. Or I could see them reprinting Oldhim or the next Elemental Guardian as the Armory deck. That would be my best guess. So there might still be some validness to Guardian card. Obviously, just pure speculation. But I could see them doing Ice in simply a structured deck, right? Where they can 100% control whatever it is. Nada. Yeah, the third Armory deck. She also had 2 different artworks, does she? I mean, this compared to the, it's weird, to be honest. Weird artwork for the Marvel, compared to what the face card is. But I think the pose is still the same, though? Or is it completely different? You actually, I think you're right, thinking about it more now. I don't think they showed her anyway here. No, I'm gonna have to open the YouTube again. Oh, what was it? Was the Nationals. Go to YouTube. Go to history.
Make sure you do not miss that.
It's cut off, but I do just want to double take the art. It is. You're right. Though this is her young art, no? And that's the adult. These adults? No, that is young. You are absolutely right. So she has 2 weird artworks. Still 08. Curious about that. Yeah. There you go. Good spot. First strike deck, probably. I can see that being the case, yeah. Because they are the introductory products. And they made the point of saying it. Which then, again, I was thinking Visette for the third Armory deck. But now I'm thinking, since it's double Runeblade, that we get Oldhim or Elemental Guardian. Fables are alternative art also. What are we trying to hit? At this point, I don't know, since we got Koshim. I guess just the legendary of the deck. I've never once pulled a New Horizon, but I guess that kind of gets overshadowed by the set. So I guess New Horizon or Shock Charmers would be the L we want to find. The Marvels could be alt art. Were the other ones different too? God, why didn't they post all the pictures that were released here? Now I have to open it again. This is me and my habit of closing tabs as well, to blame. Are they all different? Because I know they showed Robot Guy and Disney Girl as they are as Marvels. But was Florian different as well? Now that you mention it?
Exciting ability on
no. No, her art was the same. Yeah, so her art is the same. What number was this? Where is she? 6. That's the Marvel art at 6. Her normal art. God. Where is it? There. Either after or before this.
Lightning hero that we're going to reveal now. It is Aurora. Yet another elemental runeblade. This is the young version.
I can see them reprinting the majority of Chaos cards. Because we are definitely getting to the point where the majority of the common and rare slot is going to end up being reprints one way or the other. Okay, so she's number 8. So Marvel is 6. I assume the Marvel is 7 as well, for young and old. So, weirdly, we have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Most likely 9, right? So, yeah. I'm guessing there's 2 versions for every hero. That would make sense, right? Fable, 0. Florian, 2. Then what's 1? Because that's young as well. Florian, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 6, 7 for Aurora. Then 8, 9 for the other Aurora. That's confusing and something worth digging into, though. I'm assuming a lot. I've already read that. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely the elemental staples. And there's no reason for them to flood, right? And nor, realistically, what is there to design differently? And that would also explain, right, the Marvel count. Wherever it was. So it being 24. If instead of it being 8 heroes, it is weirdly 16. That leaves 8 Marvels, which is a bit more realistic for a set that doesn't have, an underlying transcend mechanic like Miss Vale. So maybe it is 2 for every single hero. Which is fantastic. And something I want across the board. I want every hero to have different, art. But yeah, that's an interesting little tidbit with Aurora. Now, Heroic has gone up immensely, has it? I think I have a lot of them hanging around too. There were so many Tails Marvels that... Majestic's not Marvel, sorry. That I had just... No one gave a shit about. Just in a box somewhere. Yeah, it has spiked immensely.